how do you like having your entire life in my hands?
I already do. We're getting a divorce. Whoa. That's
Wow.
way to
Thanks
start.
for coming to stream, guys.
Darn.
Hi.
Darn.
Welcome to Bulette time. Episode 3 after goddamn 3 freaking weeks. I hate winter.
It's snowy.
Yeah.
Well, we're here.
To recap, 2 weeks ago we didn't play because it was too damn cold. Cars wouldn't start. Last week we didn't play because there was too much frickin' snow.
Yeah.
Now, there was snow earlier today. The roads were good enough. We all made it out. Let's play some goddamn Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I am Barton, Dungeon Master for Reddit City Limited. To my right, we have Loxodon Barbarian Guntar, played by Thor.
Hello.
To the right of my right, Amanda playing Loxodon Paladin Dobrin. And then to my left, we have Ashley playing Centaur Sorceress Arcadia. Sparkle. And then
He's a special effects.
Varys is dead this week. Moving on.
We don't like cops. Good. Take care of that.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Views and opinions expressed on Bullet Time
It's just a joke. Fine.
are just a joke. So when last we left our heroes, we had a little bit of a flashback.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of dug in a little bit to get an intro of everybody. We met the Dragon Council,
That we did.
which they're gonna be fun.
Led by Mr. Tajik.
Yes, led by Tajik Flamefist, the Flamefist of the Boros, which is the home of our Varys, which he is out this week. To pick up right where we left off.
He went rogue.
He went rogue. No, to pick up where we left off, as as kind of the whole council is disbanding after your team is formed. Varys and Davian and Tajik and the rest of the Boros all went back to their guild hall. So it takes a while for the warehouse to kind of clear out. There's not a lot of people are sticking around because this is it's an active functionary of the Boros Legion, and if they found out you were hanging out here, probably wouldn't be a good idea. There probably wouldn't be a good time. Not long before the Azorius would be called or what have you. So, you guys pick up basically right where we left you, in the warehouse, in the 10th district. Let me grab my map here. I just want to make sure that I know what district you guys are in, or what precinct you guys are in. And I would think, yeah, this would be a 4th district warehouse, or 4th precinct warehouse. So, for the 4th precinct, as we had covered games previous, is kind of your locale, Arcadia, is where the laboratories of gravitational inversion are held, where they have the airship dry docks. It's also one of the larger foundry sections of Ravnica, where Boros makes their weaponry. Izzet houses their laboratories, things like that.
Is it a sacred foundry?
The is it aren't so much religious.
If it's sacred, I've
That's
seen
a-
goblins
that's a,
do
that's a
things on it you
Shockland
don't
joke for
want.
those who don't know. Sorry, it's a old Ravnica Shockland joke. Sorry,
I got
The
it.
board,
I don't
okay.
even play Ravnica.
the Boro Shockland.
Yeah,
is probably
yeah,
sacred.
yeah, because that's where they would build their packed weapons.
Yep, yep. Sorry.
Yeah. So, we'll just pick up there. Let's play some Dungeons and Dragons. Explore the space.
Alright, so I'm still technically hiding behind
Yes, you are.
behind Ozzy, my father, and Dobrin. Like, I'm gonna die.
Okay, well, so who are you hiding from though?
It was, oh gosh, who was it? Was it Gemlick?
Ginlek?
Yeah, Ginlick.
Ginlek.
Because the goblin incident.
So Ginlek, he's not. He doesn't come from your laboratory. Ginlek is from another laboratory. I would actually like you to roll me. Let me get to my thing here. That is not the thing I wanted. Gotta love having technology behind the screen.
He's a real sorcerer. I swear.
I'm a wizard!
It's like Wizard of Oz type thing. There, no blue smoke, no levers, no screens. It's pretty crazy.
Gotta love live play. So let's take a look here.
How old is Arcadia again?
She is, where did I put it? 20.
Yes, she is. She is a youngin. Not young, but you know,
Ravnica.
it's Ravnica. 20 is young, but it's also not super old. He is from the Laboratory of Metallurgy, which is in the 10th District Smelting Quarter. He's about 4'6", so he's not, you know, he's on the tall end of goblin.
4'6", giant of all men.
He's a giant of a goblin,
Still only comes up to my waist.
which is hilarious.
But you're like cowering underneath.
He has a pair of war hammers on his back and a what looks like a gun that he has kind of slung to the side. It looks like a large, almost imagine a steampunk super soaker. It kind of looks like a super soaker. One like the big 150 doesn't have the backpack, but it's the one right under the level that would have the backpack.
Nice.
Yeah. It has a little gauge on the side to tell you how pressurized everything is. Yeah, you know, old school 90s shit. But that's Ginlek. He's and he's kind of on the far end of at least when the council was in session. He was on the far end. Yes. Well, so why are we hiding from Ginlek?
The goblin incident
Okay.
that had
Got it.
happened previous to the meeting.
Okay. How long
You
ago?
said, is she talking about this out loud? Does Guntar hear this?
No, this is
Okay.
This is why she's hiding behind everyone.
I'm taken back by the whole ordeal. A centaur hiding behind a little Vidalkin is it's par for the night.
No, it's more like a shield wall she's
Yeah.
assembled in front of her.
So I'm just strangely looking at this, trying to get a feel for it.
sure.
It was the previous week.
The previous week. Okay.
Because that's what I had said. Is it because of the goblin incident last week?
Okay. So, goblin incident last week. What? Do I even want to know? Radavas just do I even want to know?
Well, they say it's better to test and test again than to do it yourself the first time.
Okay. Granted, that is extremely vague.
Also, goblins don't have hooves. This was established by the third one with this prototype. And that was one of the issues.
Ozzy just kind of like tilts her head back up
Nope.
at you.
I don't
And
know
it's
what
just-
prototype means. I rolled to see if I did.
Was it not obvious that the goblins didn't
No,
have?
I didn't think that would be an issue with the prototype not working for the shape.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the Boros have a term for that kind of punishment with which you punish that goblin. It's called drawn and quartered.
Dobrin immediately I think it's pretty clear that this poor child did not mean the amount of harm inflicted. This is all in the past.
Well, the second one did offer to go again.
Drawn and
This is
quartered,
all
eh?
in the past.
I respect her a little more. This horse lady's got ideas.
As the party I was just told to work with is being drawn and quartered potentially. First day.
First
Starting
day,
strong.
no, that's always fun. First day.
Can I actually take a look around, just looking for a casket of ale?
I mean, yeah, you could look for a cask. That would be, that.
11 plus. Is this investigation or perception?
It would be perception
Okay.
because you're trying to perceive if it's there.
Okay.
So, the way that investigation and perception works, investigation is you're looking for something that you haven't confirmed yet.
Mhm.
Perception is
This is just like glancing.
getting an idea of what's actually there. Like, you know what's in your surroundings. It's fine-tuning those.
Gotcha. It's a 12, by the way.
A 12.
12 is
There's a
mine.
lot of barrels.
Stick a body in those. That's out of character.
Wow, Dovan. Way to like
Dobrin just-
peaceful. You can stick a body in those, yeah.
Her old
Plenty of
life is
goblins.
coming through.
Yeah,
Questions.
Man, that old life.
it's very much a work in progress.
As they're talking about the goblin incident, you start seeing Gunther starting to shake the barrels around.
So you've like broken away from the group and like.
No, I'm like in the group, but I'm just kind of like peeking around at the barrels just
So
close
there-
to us.
It's a warehouse, so there's a lot of barrels, a lot of crates.
I'm at the closest section of barrels next to the group. I'm still kind of
Yeah.
in the group, but I'm just like fully not paying attention to what's going
Yeah,
on. I'm just
Yeah, as near as you can tell, there's some sort of like a liquid on the inside, but most of these are unmarked, or at least marked in a way that you wouldn't know to decipher them.
Alright, I'll be just shaking it for a
Yeah.
couple minutes while this finishes.
Yeah.
And I'll come back.
But out of character, that's the reason why Varys calls Arcadia the crazy horsewoman, is because of the goblin.
Yeah,
incident.
he was one of
The cleanup crew.
one of the first responders on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So that explains that one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Ah. Damn. Alright. Seems to be no ale in this barrel. Where do we go to find a what do they call it? A pint? Right, the thing where they pull the ale. We need to bond. That's the
Provisions.
best. Provisions.
About
That's the
provisions.
best way to do it, right? Is over an ale.
I know this area, so I would know if
Yeah,
there's a
yeah,
tavern.
this is the fourth precinct. So yeah, you definitely know.
Follow the child.
I'm like, oh, I know where the local tavern is. All the goblins talk about it.
The legal drinking age in Ravnica is
Is-
18.
Yeah. Your father just looks at you like.
All the goblins talk about it.
So it's a goblin bar.
Ish.
I just know the word bar. So let's
Provisions.
Yes, this way.
I mean,
We will take good care Arcadia.
Would you rather us just sit here and wait for the Azores to show up?
Well, no, but I mean, yes, the Boros have already left, so it would probably be best to make our ways out of here as well.
It's like,
Alright, I'm following y'all. Let's go. Inca, you head back to the stomping grounds? Is the escort still here?
Yeah, all of your advocates couldn't find the word for some odd reason. All of your advocates are still here.
Correct.
Enka, Ozzy, and Radavas are all still here. And yeah, they'll probably stick with you until you guys head back to your particular guild halls
Okay.
for whatever your rest of your evenings are like. Curfew, the Boros mandated curfew, still has a little bit of ways before it begins in earnest. But it does happen, mid to late, or midnight to, between midnight and like the early hours of the morning is when that really takes effect.
Well, up to you. But I think the best way to really introduce oneself is usually over a cup of ale.
alrighty.
Shall
Arcadia.
Enka and company join us?
Yeah, the Radavas kind of looks at Arcadia and just kind of gives a little bit of a nod and like, suppose it has been a while since I've spoken with my daughter. I will come along. And Ozzy is just like, well, I mean, I'm going back to the same place, so...
Somebody's gotta haul you back.
Yeah. So I guess I'm in. And then Enka kind of looks at you and sighs.
This is your idea.
I'm going to have to keep you on a short leash.
When am I not? Let's be honest.
True.
Come, one ale and one pipette.
And food.
Smiles with a really crooked grin, and you really start to kind of
He's
get the
got like
sense of
those
like,
weird, like, he's
yeah.
got those flat, like,
Mhm.
flat elephant teeth, but they're like all like gnarled.
there's something going on. You're just like, what?
All messed up.
What is that?
Different size loudly.
It sounds
Shall
like
we?
when you sigh like that. We're just like
Thank
out
you
of
for pointing
character.
that
Out of
out.
A
character.
lot of us kind of takes notice of Dobrin as, do you object to going with and learning
Oh
about your team
no,
members?
I am quite hungry. I think provisions sound wonderful. I just didn't quite understand. I recognize the toothy grin of my younger days.
I still don't know she's only 10 years older than me, so I'm gonna let that go. Cool. Fine. It's 7. Gunsar is already like walking out the door as if he knows where he's going.
Sure. Arcadia.
You have a higher movement speed. You can catch.
I really do.
So yeah, I would like you to give me a history with advantage, please.
History.
16.
16, perfect. That is excellent. With your urban infrastructure knowledge for being part of the Is It, which is fantastic. For those of you at home who don't know, each of the guilds have their own little extra oomph that they allow pertaining to certain things. In the case of the Is It, they know the urban infrastructure a little bit better. They know their ways around the upper levels of Ravnica a little bit better. which is nice.
That building mayor always has stairs on the left-hand side.
Yeah, blueprints and things like that. So that's perfect.
Are you doing this the entire way?
No, no.
Okay, I was out of character.
So
That
yes,
was out of character.
you do know about this goblin bar, but Ozzy is able to convince you of another, more reputable establishment.
Sparky's waving through the window.
Yeah, you just pass by Sparky.
It's like,
But as you pass by this place, I'd like everybody to give me a perception.
20.
20. Ooh. 20s.
Pretty
Arcadia
solid.
knows this bar.
Is that
It's an 18 plus 2.
8 plus 2? 14. Huh?
14.
14?
11.
11? Alright. So,
I'm looking for it.
yeah. So you're actually the only one that notices this, and I think Ozzy would notice this as well, is there seems to be a divide inside this goblin establishment.
When I noticed Sparky waving at me.
Yeah, there seems to be a divide of goblins in kind of what they're wearing and how they carry themselves. You see a few in Izzet garb that are kind of you see some Izzets and some Rakdos that are talking to each other, but ones that aren't wearing guild colors seem to have divided the room. They're not so much, they're not like fighting at each other,
But
but
it's like
it's
two
very
separate
very obvious that there is a divide in the room
between guild and no guild, or just two groups of no guild.
between the two groups of non-guild goblins.
Oh, no, I thought it was lobby.
You also know, this being the kind of the rougher portion of Ravnica in the fourth precinct, that it's a lot of, there is, like, in the more industrialized area, there is a bit more gang crime amongst goblins. So you think that could be what's going on here?
Is there any goblins like passed out on the street with their ale still in their hand? Or if we're not going in.
No, we're walking past.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are just walking.
Ozzy was like,
Yeah, Ozzy kind of,
I'm just seeing if I could scoop the tanker from that.
yeah.
I begrudgingly say okay.
All right, yeah. So you've actually come to a more reputable establishment. And this one is run by a Vidalcan. There's a lot of Vidalcans in the fourth area.
hello, is it tower?
Yeah,
It's pretty funny that go ahead. That's about the
No, go ahead.
I'm a savage barbarian from the stomping ground. So I'm as soon as we leave the rowdy bar, I'm like, man, are you sure? Like, that look kind of up my speed. That look kind of our spot. Right.
And Enka kind of just cups you on the back of the head. Just
I'm gonna keep saying it.
behave yourself.
You don't think we stick out like a sore thumb?
I know we do,
As long as you know best.
but if you behave yourself, we will not cause any more trouble than they will cause us.
Where's the fun in that? This is all going on as we go. To
As you guys are walking.
yeah. This is all post talk.
Yeah.
Arcadia, what kind of food do you recommend around here?
The usual grub.
It's not my forest grub. I will take it.
Yeah, so, I mean, restaurants in the city serve all manner of food. The nice thing about Ravnica is that no matter where you go, you can always get food.
That's why Arcadia was so confused. She's like, the usual food?
Even if you are, too poor to afford regular food, food can be provided by alternative means. from you know, some from places such as the Golgari and their alternative food sources.
Are there hipster Golgari?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do they eat avocado toast?
I'm pretty sure.
Substitute.
I'm pretty
Avocado
sure-
toast substitute.
I'm pretty sure it's not toast and it's not avocado, but it
No.
looks like
A
both.
substitute.
It looks like both of those things. at the
Let
same
me
time.
let me ask this question: have you seen the movie Snowpiercer?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
The
Okay.
Golgari are the back of the train.
Well, no, they're not the back of the train because that's where all the food source is what they get at the back of the train, which.
Yeah, about that. All
yeah.
right.
Yeah. So.
Picture in head.
Yep. There you go. There's your mental
What's
image.
a Willy Wonka sequel?
It's a really dark, really Wonka sequel.
The personal fan theory.
Right. So yeah, you guys find yourselves at.
What's the name of the establishment? I'm not the Vidalcan Huns.
I hate you so much. It's
Roll.
Birkins.
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 Birkins. Hi. Birkins. A fine
Birkins.
establishment.
Birkins.
Do what?
They're a chain. They're open 24 hours. They have a big, large chartreuse sign out front. In large script says Birkins.
They're known for their.
They're known for their pancakes and large muffins that are often called Minotaur muffins. Pies.
Don't be offended.
They love pies. There is a style crane game in the lobby of this place.
Don't wait. Perception check to see if I notice any elephant ears. 12.
There are no elephant ears.
Okay.
That seems to
Just had
be
to clarify.
a staple of the
Birkins.
Rakdos.
I like it.
Rakdos has both real elephant ears and non-standard carnival fare elephant ears.
Yeah, I bent over to Ozzy. I'm like, you're right. We definitely needed to come to the family-friendly place.
Looking around the room, is there a place for us to sit?
Yeah, so there is a larger kind of corner booth towards the back of the establishment that is large enough to house three rather large creatures, a smaller Vidalcan girl, and enough room to stand for two centaurs.
I think there's a place back there in the back.
Is it a
Well,
corner?
no,
booth?
you're able to once you arrive that it's fairly obvious where
Kinda
this.
stands
It's like,
out.
ooh, corner booth.
Cool. I'm just
Corner.
gonna start heading back there. Not even gonna wait for the hostess lady to come
Yeah,
see
yeah.
us.
Well, no, it's a
Seat.
tavern. So it's pretty much seat yourself.
Cool. The crane machine threw me off.
The crane machine threw you off. Yeah, there's little stuffed animals. There's roll me a perception if you're checking out that crane game.
18 plus. Plus 2 or plus 1, 19.
19. Yeah. So as you're looking at this crane game, there are various stuffed animals. One is a lion
Ooh.
with he's all white, has a gold stitched scar over one eye. He's very regal looking.
Looks kind of cool.
There is a blue. There's a human that it looks like dressed in blue. His eyes are just these blue dots, but he has his hood up. So it's
Kinda cool.
yeah.
Are there any Viashino? I see. Viashino plushes.
There are no lizard people now. No.
There's a
There-
dragon in there.
There are no dragon plushies in there. There is.
I'm trying to cheat that cave later.
There is
Ill-advised.
there is one plushie in there that looks kind of odd. It looks like a well, it is a goblin. Has giant steampunk goggles on it, but it seems to be riding what looks like a golden crab.
It's pretty solid dream machine. I don't know if
Yeah.
that
That's just a
fits.
few of
That's
the
just-
things
that's-
inside the crane game,
Okay.
A mental note about all that.
right?
Is there a role I can do for Dobrin fitting into the booth without having to remove his weapons?
That would, yeah, give me a, that's gonna be a dex. That'll be a dexterity.
Oh wow.
Acrobatics or just straight?
That would be, well, for.
Either way, it's 8.
Either way, it's 8. Yeah, it's,
And is he not fitting? Is it just making a bunch of clanking sounds?
it's a little bit of a.
Alright, Dobrin
yeah.
just slowly pulls out 5 javelins, a quarterstaff, and a scimitar, and sets them where the coat hook is.
I love it. I love it.
As this happens, I just do this with my great axe on the table. Ah, this is a lovely establishment. Barkeep!
Another cuff on the back of the head from Echo.
Can't take me anywhere. Shit.
No, I can't take you anywhere. Told you to behave yourself, child. Have some decorum.
What's that? Yes. Alright.
She just has this exasperated just.
We did have to come to the friendly restaurant. I mentioned this on the.
I'm like looking at you because I overhear you say that.
So yeah, you all-
Inca and Radabas are just like silent.
Yeah, Radavas and Enka are just like.
What is wrong with these kids?
Yeah, and Ozzy's just quietly in the corner, just.
How do I reach these kids?
Like, we'll get the crane game later.
Yeah.
There's like a hoof mark from previous visits.
I mean, I really want that Mizzix plushie. I really want that Mizzix
I
plushie.
know. I swear we'll hit the right spot this time.
So yeah, you all are kind of sitting around this booth table in Birkins,
Family friend.
family-friendly Birkins. This is a southern style Birkins. They do serve alcohol at this Birkins.
I'm glad this is the southern style. Not those Utvaran Birkins that have those crazy laws.
Yeah, you know those northern Birkins. They just do the 24-hour thing. They don't do the alcohol thing.
Makes
Dobrin
sense.
orders an arrangement of succulents and a wheat muffin.
Yes.
Sweet Minotaur muffin.
Yes.
A wheat Minotaur. The Minotaur muffins are buy one get one right now.
Oh, how charming! Let's do that.
Really laid it on thick here.
You enjoy wheat muffins? I'm getting one for free.
What is the biggest size ale you serve?
That would be there is a Vidalcan waitress that she kind of like makes kind of a gesture with her hands like, eh.
It'll do. Thank you. And I like kind of like exasperately nod at Inca like, yeah, I said thank you. So.
You are learning.
Do we notice
Slowly.
the kind of people at this Birkins? Is there any what time of day is it actually?
It's
Is it like 2 a.m.?
no, it's
No,
mid-evening.
we're well before curfew, which was midnight, but past dark.
Yeah, it's past dark. And the thing with darkness in Ravnica, it comes pretty quickly, mostly because it is a, if you've ever been out to where there's mountains, and as soon as the sun dips behind the mountains, it's dark. Like, that's it.
Yep.
Like, you might have a little bit of light poking out over top the ridge, but that's it. That's really kind of how Ravnica is, just with how tall the buildings are and how they overlap each other on the skyline, is as soon as the sun gets past a certain point, it's dark. And that's just how it gets to be. Now the streets are generally lit with some sort of is it contraption.
Bottled lightning,
Bottle lightning, smaller
depending on your area.
smaller thunder elementals are kind of kept housed in these lanterns on posts, and these posts are actually pipes that run all the way back to Is-It. So they're actually funneled up and then are funneled back at the end of the shift, I suppose.
Okay. And what time are we supposed to be done, or?
Curfew starts around 1 a.m.
Okay.
So you.
Is that when like the bad stuff starts happening, or are we?
So that's when.
So we don't notice any crazy characters. These are all very wholesome family types at this Birkins.
Yeah, so it's not so much like it's parents with kids. It's
It's not the Goblin Bar.
it's not the Goblin Bar.
Not the Goblin
There
Bar.
is respectable folk here, but they are not all.
Applebee's
They're it's Applebee's. It's Buffalo Wild Wings.
I was thinking Chili's.
Chili's. There you go. It's Chili's. So Karen's over there getting her drink on with a margarita.
Yeah, yes, she is. I see you working, Karen, but don't.
But yeah.
Dolphins are out.
It's a rowdy group, but not insane.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not as rowdy as you would get if you combined Rakdos with Grohl and just had them in one spot. yucking
Mosh
it up.
pit is that?
Yeah,
That's what that's called.
it's not a mosh pit kind of bar.
We have our.
There are really all sorts of different races in this place. There's on the smaller end there's Vidalkins and there's humans, half elves, couple of wood elves. Larger end of things, maybe one or two giants, a Goliath possibly.
No other Celestians.
Not so much other Selesnians. They rarely venture outside of the
Tree.
the trees. They're not
Hence my
totally,
question earlier about the kind of food you guys eat in the city.
Yeah, they're not totally uncommon, but it's very they're not totally uncommon, but there doesn't seem to be any here outside of yourself and Radavas.
Okay. Have
So
my succulents come.
yeah. So
No, that's
that's what that was one of my questions. Have our I guess food and preparations and everything we've ordered as they arrive.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So the menu is fairly standard fare.
it's a Birkins.
It's a Birkins. They do offer, for those such inclined as the Selesnians, they do offer non-meat options. For the Grull, they do offer all meat options.
Ale? What? Ale options? Oh, ale.
They do offer a small selection of ales.
Your coldest one.
Yeah, the coldest one they have. Cold as the Rockies. Boars.
The in-razor beer.
Cold as the Shrockies.
That's funny. So as our stuff gets in.
Everything is kind of brought to you as it's ready. Whatever your preferences are.
During our meal, I take a big kind of swig of my ale, and I kind of not jar it down loud enough for the bar can hear, but kind of gathering the attention of the table. Be like, all right, I guess I'll start. Which just seems weird. Guntar, I like to hit things with my axe. I really have no idea what we're doing here together, but I think this is what we need to do for Ravna, guys. Anyway, long story short, yeah, I'm Guntar. I hit things with the axe, and you Arcadia. That's it.
Yes.
What do you do? I don't see any weapons on you. What are your...
I work for the Laboratory of Gravitational Inversion,
Yeah,
actually just down the way
I
here.
get that. That's dealing with things that my simple mind can't understand. But
You know what a bird is?
yeah, I've killed many of them. Yeah.
I
That's
work
good.
with stuff like that flies.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
birds.
Like birds
And
That's
airships, yeah.
Cool. Oh, okay. Not natural things that fly. All right, that makes sense. Good luck with that. And you, lots of them.
Good luck with that.
What?
Hello,
Scimitar.
fellow Loxodon.
Scimitar, eh?
I occasionally use this to cut down weeds, but only enough weeds that they're not overtaking the other plants where I live, because weeds are totally an understandable fact of life and the balance of nature requires them, but sometimes you need to use your scimitar for that.
I get you. I have this one stump that I have near my homestead where I actually like sharpen my axe on that stump so I can get it. Chopping down things.
Do you think your stump
real?
for its service?
No, it's kind of dead. It's a dead stump.
Are you grateful to your stump for its service?
Does it bring you
Dober
joy?
looks really seriously and stares
Into my eyes.
straight into your eyes.
I take another swig of ale. I'll be like, no, I don't.
I will pray for you and your stump.
Thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Okay. Well,
What do you do? I mean, you attack things.
yeah, I attack things.
Like that innocent stump.
No,
I'm writing that down.
the stump's been there
Pray
as long
for
as
stump.
I have. I've been in the stomping grounds close to 50 years. You see a lot of things, death mostly.
I
You see a lot
understand.
of
It is a
things.
very sad time right
No,
now.
no, not a sad time. Death is natural. It's part of life. The only sad is
Did you get
being.
enough wheat muffins as a child from your mother?
My mother was killed when I was
Oh
12.
my gosh, I will also pray for that. Not pray
In
for
front of me,
that.
by the way. I witnessed her death. If we want to talk about that tragic moment, let's get another beer.
Yes, my good boy. No,
And
we will
then
not go
Inca,
down
does
that
Inca
path
smack
right
you over
now.
the head at any of this part?
She's just surprised that you're being as open as you are.
He's had a pretty big.
I want you to. I haven't been in the city in 22 years.
Yeah, so
And
and
the
the
ale
words
is-
are just falling
the
out
words
of
are
her mouth.
just-
So
it's
she's
kinda
just
like-
she's just kind of arms crossed, watching you, like.
And all this is said with like a sarcastic, like, is he being serious or like what?
No, she knows that you're not. She knows you're not bullshitting because she's watched you since since you joined the guild.
She might have helped me out of the dirt, as they say.
Yeah, yeah. So she knows that you're not being a complete asshole. But she's like, yeah, that all makes sense.
Anyway, I have no damn clue what we're doing here. I'll finish my drink at this point. But this one, pointing at Inca, she says we're doing good. So
I have
so
every
we are.
intention to do good and stop this despicable fighting going down right now.
Well, maybe if you don't encroach on people's lands, they won't be fighting. But
Dobrin.
I walk.
Good time.
Yeah, I walk.
Are you asking me to hit the boy?
You don't want.
I would not be opposed to it. Somebody has to do it when I'm not watching.
Oh, well.
So
I will
Feel
hit
free.
him with my words and pray.
It's like
Is the little Vidalkin with Ozzy?
Ozzy.
Is she over there by the thing?
She's like sort of tugging Arcadia towards the vending machine.
no, she's. You do not control this girl. I'm sorry. No, Ozzy is just kind of silently watching as Guntar, this big hulking what would be construed as a loxodon adjacent.
More like woolly loxodon.
Woolly loxodon.
Yeah, that's the way I like to think of it.
Loxodon. I mean, yeah, loxodon adjacent. There are a couple loxodons that do work for the Izzet. None of them are as abrasive,
No, obviously.
or quite as abrasive as
Obviously not.
Guntar.
It takes quite refined
Yeah.
action to be that abrasive.
And on that same spectrum, Guntar is way over on one end, Dobrin is way over on another, where he's too calm, she thinks. And the loxodons that she's accustomed to are very into their work and are very excitable. Not to the point that they're like, I need to smash something. But they're not.
What, we're talking smash?
But they're not, quiet and reserved in everything they do, like a Selesnian would be. So she's just kind of bewildered by the two of you, and kind of like, just, she has her food, and it's just
eating and thinking.
just watching in kind of an analytical way.
Mhm.
Like she's a scientist, so she's very
Logical.
and trying to piece together the different variations of what different variations on the default that she has been accustomed to.
Dobrin asks his advocate what they think the first kind of step in our journey will be, like what our first.
Rodovas kind of straightens up, he kind of gives, like, he readjusts each hoof, that kind of gives a little bit of a knock against the wood floor as he kind of straightens up, crosses his arms. Well, that is a good question. The Dragon Council does many various things. Some try to sway their guild leaders. Some do jobs for guilds that would need something done that may not be accomplished through normal means of cooperation with the other guilds. For instance, if there were to be an issue with the Golgari, that the Selesnya might be having, they would not be so quick to find the balance with the Simic to solve this issue with the Golgari. So, for those jobs that the guilds would not find fruitful to pursue, we take on and hopefully lessen that load between guilds and lessen that tension. The more we do in this respect would hopefully bring us around to buying us more time to form a guild pact before war breaks out over Ravnica.
So we're basically Band-Aids.
Yes and no. Ultimately, we need to make the guild leaders realize the error of their way. That they need to realize that they shouldn't be in it for themselves. Things should be more cohesive, cooperative, harmonious, even. something funny?
Harmon. That's funny.
That's not funny at all.
That's hilarious.
We can agree to disagree.
Okay. Don't see how us working together behind the scenes is going to fix the greed that most of the guild leaders in respect. Look, the only thing that's going to change Wabingos' mind, spell check guys, I can't say that word.
Borborygmos.
Borborygmos.
But
Is
no,
it-
Very
I would wager to think that Guntar would call him
Yes.
Big Mos.
Big Mos.
Yeah.
Big, yeah. Big Mos. Yeah. The only thing that changes his mind is him to lose. He hasn't lost. Since I've been a group, all the other clan leaders bend the knee. You don't get that kind of power or respect and then not use it. I think
And what do you think true power is?
true power is bringing Ravnica where it needs to be.
All right. So what do you know about the mace?
The maze? Is that the, I turned to Inca and said,
Well, this is Eka that's talking to you.
oh, what Tar did? Ruktar? Where he sent?
Yes.
I heard he's a fool's errand. He came back with less members when he left. People didn't believe in his power anymore. He came back looking like a fool.
Right. But what about others that have walked that path? What about Jace Bellerin?
The guild fact? Where's he? Isn't he the reason we're in this mess?
He may be, he may not be.
If there's power there, you think it's going to bring everybody to equal?
You see, when Jace was still here, or at least when he walked the maze, he and his companions were able to find common ground between each of the guilds. Granted, it wasn't perfect. The Azorius still didn't fully trust the Orzhov. The Orzhov thought everything living was beneath them. The only ones they saw any kind of kinship with was the Golgari, and the Golgari really just saw everything as a possible food source. Everything has a way of maintaining itself. Everyone has a way of looking out for each other. There used to be a time, before all this fighting started, that a family could have a member of a different guild. Now, family lines stay within guilds mostly. For instance, our centaur friends here.
It is pretty uncommon to find anyone I'm not related to out here.
Well, there are surely more centaurs across Ravnica.
I just meant it is it, not a tree.
Fair enough. There are very few that would venture outside of what would be considered norms. Two of you at this table are anomalies.
Only
I've
two.
been an outsider this entire time, I know. I'm an outsider in the clan. You know this more than anyone.
And being the outsider has given you chance to see that the differences do not make you adversaries.
No, but I understand how our clan works a little bit.
Yes. But our three of you have a common bond. You may not all be active where you were originally, but you all come from the same place. You two in particular. Clearly our friend Radavas, father of Arcadia. And you have been with the Gruul so long that you have forgotten where you come from, young one.
No, I think I never was a part of the they hugged trees. I thought where was them when she was attacked? Eh? I'm not gonna start this thing.
That is something that you will have to find out for yourself. Find that truth.
Right. Hey, Radavast.
What?
Here's a beer, man. Like the slide of a tankard. Be like, huh,
Slides it over to himself.
how many cycles you been on this plane? Yeah.
Am I fair enough? Probably as long as you.
You've been at the sludge in your entire life, eh?
Yeah? As far as I can remember, yes, my family has been part of the Celestia.
We might need to talk today about some questions I have, but I want you to get to trust me. Questions aren't answered for free in this world. You know that more than most.
As one of the warriors of the Celestia, I know that very well.
So, one day I'll earn some answers, but I have some questions.
Very well.
Would you like to try some of this succulent? It's very good.
Is it like fruit paste? What about looking down at?
So succulents, think about it like the
Just like little.
they're like little
Plants?
hardy little plants. Like
Okay.
not quite cacti, but like they have like the leathery leaves and like the
Guntar loved it. He ate one and was like, whatever.
reminds him of his childhood.
It wasn't like
He has that Ratatouille style flashback where
Yeah.
it's like
It was like, well, you got to think he's been living in the stomach ground, so much flavor is hard to come by, other than like
Dirt.
dirt,
what does dirt taste like?
charred jerky, that kind of meat. So he like has this really slow tear come down one of the sides. No, he tries to hide it, but he's like,
Get back in there.
It's okay, it's good, it's all right, I suppose, whatever.
It's okay.
Sleight of hand check. I'm gonna try to get another. Oh, that's pretty good.
Sleight of hand.
He has
14.
a
14.
decent dex.
14?
14?
Yeah, didn't I see?
I mean, yeah.
People
I
saw.
mean,
I mean,
honestly,
did you 14 or did you roll a 15 minus 1?
15 minus 1.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Dober just like scoots the plate over.
I did this stealthily.
And you're
If
just
you
like
wanted some,
sneaking.
all you had to do was ask.
That's pretty. I'll lean over and say, it's just pretty damn good, man. I've tried this. Oh, okay.
Hey, Dad, how does Mom feel about this whole thing?
You think I tell your mother everything?
Mom knows everything. It's Mom.
Yes, but your mother can. She doesn't know everything.
Really? Really?
Trying to give me just a moment. Talks amongst yourselves while I scroll through my pages of things.
While my dad's stumbling over trying to figure this out.
Gunstar's eating his third one. He's trying to like use his ears to like kind of hide.
The fact that he's oh sweet Jesus. It's like Squidward with the Krabby Patty.
You would remember, not Arcadia would remember that her mother is actually one of the advisors to Tristani.
And Tristani was in the
Tristani
She's
is a tree, a dryad. Actually, Tristani is 3 dryads joined at the trunk. She is the they are the guild master, guild mistress of the Selesnya. Her mother is one of her aides, because being rooted inside the inside of Mont Selesnya, it's difficult for Tristani to get out of her place and move.
No potty breaks. This is
Yeah. There are no potty breaks.
and thus Arcadia's reliance that mom knows everything is because it felt like
Yeah.
of her position.
Because of her position, she knows 85% of what Tristani knows. And Tristani doesn't know, well, all the guild leaders don't 100% know everything. So even this Dragon's Council, the secret council that Tajik of the Boros has assembled, is not known to the guild leaders, presumably.
So what does one think you're doing tonight?
That's a good question.
Do you gamble, friend?
Dear Gil.
With my life more often than I would like, being married to that woman. No, I told her that I was meeting with you.
Oh, convenient.
True.
By the way, here's mom's letter.
Oh, you were sending something, okay. I will bring that.
I really was telling you
He takes it and he has his saddlebags and he just tucks it in there.
That's
no mention of goblins in that letter at all.
mighty
Mom.
convenient. You got a little a lying free cheat card thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Helps to have a daughter who shows up when she's needed.
Well,
Is that a
Sid,
parent
let
of,
me go to the, is it? That
Yeah.
was a fun day.
Yeah.
He's cut off. I'm rolling to see if I was keep eating those things.
Oh.
Tim, he's good. He didn't want anybody to see that he was eating. He's too prideful for that. He's too prideful.
One of the half elf waitstaff has been continually bringing over more of these as you have been as the 2 Loxodons have been kind of like grazing them down.
Was there a fresh plate that was put in front of me?
Yeah. It's several. It's like a platter that comes out to you.
Okay.
Dobriness, Radavas,
Pick one,
if
pick models.
he's heard of someone breaking out of a prison, I don't know if he remembers what he heard in the warehouse. Let me see. Is there something I can roll?
Well, this is before.
This is before, but
Yes.
there were whispers of this potentially having happened in the warehouse.
You did say that there was rumors of things going down.
So it's very possible that my roll will be terrible, and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does not remember. He totally misheard what he heard in the warehouse. But
Sure. Yeah. Roll me a. Let me pull up the sheet.
Investigation. No.
Uh,
Insight? What's his insight?
I'd say insight, yeah.
Try that.
Insight is trying like to discern if somebody's truth or lying.
Oh, dang. This Loxodon is not having it. Alright, 10.
10. And what was your question?
If Radavus had heard any whispers about like current events, such as like having to do with someone being jailed and being very rowdy and potentially breaking out.
What happens in the Boros prisons and the Azorius prisons are really their business. The Boros tend to handle more of the rowdier inmates.
What kind
I
of
don't-
people have been jailed recently? Are these all just conspirators?
I mean, any various amounts of people. Pickpockets, thugs, thieves, spies. I don't walk around with a ledger of everyone who's been jailed. That would be something our wood elf friend could have helped us with.
Oh yeah, that tight ass. He's a cop, right?
Yeah, he works this district.
He seemed like he knew you more than us.
You know that goblin incident I was talking about earlier? He was the first one to show up.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Do a little bit of testing, they go out the window, and you think all heck is breaking loose.
I mean, I had this saying, one too many heads roll and then things go crazy, right? I get you. Right? Blood being spilled is just unnecessary, but it happens, eh? Yeah, I mean,
They signed the waivers.
But to answer your question, Dobrin, it all depends on who's there when. I don't keep a log of who's kept where. It's any various amounts of people, types of people. No offense, but a fair amount of Gruul have been locked up for their riots. Rakdos have been kidnapping. It's all a matter of who, where, and who picks them up.
if they got arrested during the riot, it wasn't a very successful riot, now was it?
And could just kind of.
My logic is flawless and that ain't good, you know it. It's one of our sayings, don't get caught. You get out, you blow it up, you get back home. You don't stay around, it's not a spectacle, we're not Rakdos.
No, we are not Rakdos, but there are other ways of solving issues than just breaking everything.
Sometimes
You
you
lost
actually
it.
have to fix them.
That is true.
Because one of these days, I swear these rhinos are going to work.
Break only enough to restore balance and harmony.
I got you, that makes sense. One time I broke an axe blade and I had to fix it,
There you go. Think of the guilds as a broken axe,
so.
and we are here to fix it, to put it back together, reforge it, make it so that it works as it was intended to.
These are deep questions. He starts pondering of.
And Enka's kind of pleased with herself that you are actually thinking more than
I haven't punched anybody.
you haven't punched anybody, and you're actually thinking more than what you normally do. You are very
It's been a weird.
neat-headed.
It's been a weird night. I've been off this entire.
He's going to be so tired tomorrow.
Yeah, gonna wake up, be like, I'm awake. I need a nap.
It's the one good thing about living in a non-society. You kind of, oh, we have training. Nah, piss off. Make me. Oh, okay. All right, peace. See you later.
Get on top of you, beat the shit out of you. Like, you're going.
Oh, really? We'll see about
Yeah. So that, you know, it kind of keeps quiet. Birkins is a quiet place. Quiet Nepal. Nice, quiet Nepal.
One glance through. Can I take a look to see if there's anybody who has been what I would deem a little bit too prying of an eye, a little bit too
Suspicious?
Yeah, not just like glancing over. I'm used to double takes. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
I want to know if there's been a like double take.
Yeah. Roll me a perception.
That was
Can I
a
try to assist?
that was a poorception.
Perception.
That was a 7.
A 7.
7. That was
Yeah,
a poorception.
You don't.
You were so into those succulents.
You were so into.
I have
those
2 in my
succulents
bag.
that- yeah.
I snuck 2 in there. That's what the 14 was for.
You know we can get you a bag to bring those back.
You can come. Don't you ruin this for me.
No,
That was the
one of
waitress.
waitresses. We can get you a bag.
I
to-
can't. No, I like them.
Like,
It's a bag, sir.
Fine.
Unless they can see through paper.
Fine. I want on my way out in my hand, make it look really cool. Slick.
Make it look really cool. I could
said
hold
it.
this in one of my
I'm
bags
gonna
if
go
you
to
like.
the bathroom.
like just to check because the bathroom's over by the vending machine. Like,
Over by the crane gate?
yeah. Arcadia's had that in the back of her head because she remembers Ozzy's really wanted that one. She just wants to check if it's still there while we've been there to look over.
Yeah. Perception. Perception.
Perception. 18.
18. Yeah. Through the time that you've been sitting having these conversations, no one has really played the crane game. It's kind of sad.
Like, at this point, she's getting a little bored. Like, getting to know you, this is great, but like.
Would you like to go play the crane
Yes, Ozzy wants. It's like Ozzy, crane game, getting bored.
All right. Yeah. Let's play us a crane game.
Hey.
Yeah. So.
I have 4 bags of succulents.
Mark it down in your inventory.
You have. Well, here.
As much as they gave me. I'm assuming
They-
4 bags.
You got. Hot damn, you did get 4.
Yes! The gods have spoken.
The dice gods have spoken. You do get 4.
4
Alright,
bags
so
of
how much
succulents.
gold have we spent as a party? I'm
Uh,
guessing Dad paid for me.
Yeah, the 2 elder advocates have kind of paid for this, so don't worry about your.
Oh, I was already assuming to do that. But you planned to think that I was playing to pay. That's where you were wrong.
Oh no, she always assumes Dad's gonna.
No.
Yeah.
I was talking to Dan. He was thinking Girl Barbarian was going to pay. Okay.
All right. So, anything else conversation-wise?
Arcadia started drifting when
Yeah.
the
She's like already drifting over there with
You.
Ozzy.
Ozzy.
Like Ozzy's even like guessing.
Yeah. Radavas is just.
Dobrin excuses himself to the gentleman's privy.
Sure. Yeah. I guess for that we'll just we'll hit our break here. We'll be back in a little bit, and we'll play some crane game. That's gonna be
Hey.
fun.
Hey.
So yeah, we're gonna go make use of the facilities. Obviously, already doing that. Refresh our drinks. maybe grab something to chew on. We'll be back in, I would say, about 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 15 minutes. We'll be back in 15 minutes, folks.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Hi, I am Barton of Reddit Say Limited. And these are all the people that were here before.
Hello again.
So last we left our heroes. They were at the Birkins, enjoying some food and beverage,
And succulent.
learning about each other, team building, getting to know each other. Minus one member because he had to go home because it was nappy time. At which point, after conversation had started to die down, our resident centaur and her advocate were getting a bit antsy and required to drop some coinage at the crane game. Yes,
Out of character question.
sure.
Can we treat the crane game as an encounter? Where the crane game is a tentacle monster of a very low level, but formidable enough that it takes us the rest of the night.
Oh no, you guys! I am fully planning on you guys spending some time here tonight. So that being said, Arcadia, you have the surprise round. How about you other two? Let's roll for initiative. We haven't done that in a few weeks.
Do you need me to roll?
You don't need to,
Okay.
because you were already going to.
Dobrin comes back from the bathroom. There was a bit of a long line there. 11.
11?
9.
9?
Well, Dobrin would be coming around the corner.
Yeah, Dolan would be
Dobrin's
coming around the
closer
corner
to the
and
crane.
already see.
And I'm face first in the succulent, so I'm
Yeah.
free
Walking a bit
So, Miss Arcadia, before you is a large metal and wood box cabinet with glass on 3 of the sides and a mirror along the back. On the inside are these various assorted plushies of different caricatures. As we described before, there is a goblin with a pair of steampunk goggles riding a golden spider. There is,
A blue human, there's a lion.
or not, the human's not blue, he's dressed in blue.
It's a blue human.
Yeah, human, dressed in blue robes, has blue eyes.
Eiffel 6'5".
Yeah.
He's blue.
If he was green, he would die.
Exactly. Sorry. Not sorry. Not sorry at all.
Sorry, not
sorry.
Sorry,
Not sorry
50
at all.
experience.
We are on a Keystone game or
Milestone,
That
sir.
one too.
There's another
Turkey
50
game.
experience.
Good thing this.
You're just negative now.
Yeah.
Still have the highest HP.
Yeah, so there is a lion, there's this guy that's dressed in blue, there's that goblin that you saw, there's various, animals, there are big plushy round versions of, like, they're not balls, but they're like pillows, of each of the guild symbols, which are kind of cool. It's, kind of hokey, but it's a crane game. It's got a joystick right in the middle with the big red button on the top that and then when you grab something, it picks it up and drops it down the chute. It's a crane game. As I would hope everybody in chat would know what a crane game kind of looks like. So,
See gas powered.
the way we will do this is we'll do this let's do this in a percentile contest. So you'll want to roll your double digit and your single digit. and I'll roll mine, and I'll let you know how we kind of skill this. So first, Arcadia, I'm guessing you would like to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me first a dexterity check. Just flat dexterity.
14.
14. All right. So, what are you going for?
Well, I'm gonna see which one's loose first.
Okay, so you're just gonna kind of test it first.
Yeah, first I wanna actually look at the crane and see what's loose, what's not buried, and because I don't
Okay.
want to go for something that's like, oh yeah, that one it's half buried under 3 other things.
Okay. All right.
So like a
so
spot?
yeah,
Or a
so
perception?
yeah, give me a perception.
Boom!
That's 20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. All right. So as you are
Nice.
looking, you see the Jace Valorant doll, the Mizzix doll. You also see the lion. That they're kind of in the upper tiers of everything. Various, they're about dinner plate sized of the guild symbols tossed in there. There are other plushies. There is what looks like a ball with lots of eyeballs. So it's got one big eyeball kind of in the center of it, and a giant mouth with lots of sharp teeth. And then it's got tentacles with eyeballs on the end of those tentacles.
Behold.
Behold.
Dur.
Yeah.
His name's Dur.
Its name is Dur.
Behold.
There are dinosaurs. There are. There is kind of buried with your 20. You kind of see buried. You kind of see a red wing with blue highlights running over it, and it's got a little bit of a gold glint to it, like underneath like the red there's a little bit of like a gold sheen to it, and that's kind of, you see the wing pop out, but that's all you're seeing of this plushie that's wedged in there.
You can just hear this groan of want for that wing.
Okay.
It's gonna be a long night.
That it is. So let's go ahead and we will do this. So I'm just gonna take this guy down. Alright, so Arcadia, you are up first to try your hand at this machine.
Alright, as I said, I want to go for one
One of the upper ones, just
of
to
the upper easy grab, see how the machine's testing going,
Sure.
get a feel.
Yep. Yep, coin in.
Which percentile is going to be the front number? Which one is the
Do you
Front number
have-
is the
you-
2-digit. I think.
2-digit? And I'm just trying to figure out what 00 is. Does it mean?
100, I think.
Yep.
Right?
Yep, 00 is 100.
Okay, so the 00 is 100 or 0
Or 0, yep.
because I got a 7 on the other one.
Yes.
So I got a 7.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yep. So you got a total of 7?
Yeah.
Okay. You move it, and like you kind of get it to get in and drop, and when it drops, it hits the Jace doll, and it just kind of comes down and just whoop, and then goes back up.
Oh, okay, so like I said, this was a test. See
Yeah.
How the machine
Yeah,
worked.
it drops, and as it drops, it hits it, but it hits it on the edge and just kind of falls to the side and doesn't really grab anything as it.
So it's super loose.
Not so much that it's loose, it's just that the drop mechanism, just the way that this mechanism
It's
is.
a wild swing, so you gotta.
Yeah,
count
it
for-
swings a little bit more.
Okay.
It's not like the crane games that we're used to, where it's like the metal rod that drops down and grabs
It's a
it.
rope.
It's more of a cable that it's on.
Oh, okay.
It's
so
like
you can
it's got
comfort-
one cable that comes down and the
Grab
other
the
one
cocaine
that runs
crane machine
the
incorporated.
switch.
Okay, so it's got a little bit more
Someone had
flex.
fantastic
Yeah.
vision.
Yep. Do you want to give it another try?
Yeah, now that I know it,
Okay.
it's got some more.
So roll me another dex, please.
Like X.
Yep.
3.
Okay.
86.
All right. So this time, you get it in, you drop it in, you get it around, like you get it around the face of the J stall, and as it comes up, it slips a little bit and catches the hood, and as you pull it up, the J stall kind of stands up, then falls over.
Aw,
Rough.
that was good.
So
try,
now
Arcadia.
it has like fallen on top of the
Like
the
broken.
Mizix
Yeah.
doll.
So it
It's a
is
file.
E-top.
Yep, it's on top of the stack. Like the top three were kind of like just on top there, and now it has you kind of adjusted it so that now it's laying on top of the Mizix doll.
Dobrin releases the breath that he was holding while that was happening.
I'm looking at, is it angled in any way to slide?
It's not angled to slide into the chute
Oh, okay.
at all. It's he's like this.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Who else? Like
I hear the sigh, do you want to try?
Yeah, yes. What did you see in there when you were looking?
I got some Jace, I got Mystics, there's something buried I really want, but we have to get to it.
Oh, it's almost enough for a D6. Okay, 2 of them are dinosaurs. 5 and 6 would be a dinosaur. 6. Damn.
So you want to go for
I'm
one
going
of
for
the
a
dinosaurs?
dinosaur.
Okay. There are a couple of different dinosaurs. There is a Triceratops, which is just your standard Triceratops. There is a raptor, and the raptors in this case are a little bit different. They have kind of protrusions of feathers off of them, like off of like the wrists, the elbows, around the face. They have a little bit of a feathery frill to them.
Lovely.
They're not, totally feathered, but they have like outcrops of feathers that are symmetrical to the animal. And then there's a 3-headed T-Rex that's in there as well.
T-Rex. 3-headed.
3-headed T-Rex.
I'll go
Shout
for
out to Steve Dictac.
3-headed
That's
T-Rex.
solid.
Going for the 3-headed T-Rex. All right. So I will need a dexterity check from you.
Ooh, that was rough. 8.
8. All right.
Better than
And
a
then-
3.
Fair.
And then percentile.
What do we got? 61.
61. All right. So as you move that crane around, it comes in, and you get 2 of the prongs between you get them around the middle head,
Mm-hmm.
and the third hook doesn't know really where to sit. Kind of hooks itself around and kind of under the belly and lifts a little bit, shifts kind of everything. And Arcadia, give me another perception check. Stop it. Stop it. Okay.
Really wants these things.
So you actually see a little bit more of this thing that's underneath all of this. You see the wing is attached to a longer red body with kind of blue fins along the back. That's as much more now that you can see as this thing is lifting. And as it's lifting, it almost gets to the top, but as it lifts, the dino plush just starts to slip
Oh, yeah,
out of the
isn't it?
bottom of it, and then it's not enough to hold on to the rest of it, and it just falls out. So now it's a little bit more jumbled, but the Jace and the T-Rex are kind of now more towards the top, and Mizzix and the Lion have been kind of tossed under amongst the guild symbols.
What random question.
Yes.
What things speak Sylvan again?
Things that speak Sylvan are going to be Fey. So things
None of these
like
dinosaurs look particularly Fey-like.
no,
Okay.
no, they are going to be beasts.
I don't speak beast, so.
Yeah, well, and they're plushies, not actual animals.
He is a very spiritual man. Dobrun is going to do a prayer of his own language to will these objects into climbing into the claw on their own.
I really have no need of a plush in my homestead. You know, the finer things aren't really appreciated in the gruel. Would you like my turn, Arcadia? Or maybe your friend Ozzy would like my turn.
I think Ozzy would like a,
Sure.
because she really wanted that Mizzix. she
Yeah.
said.
Okay. All right. No. No. She tries. She gets actually the claw around an Azorius symbol,
Oh, really?
and it lifts up, and she's got it by like the tip of the triangle, and it just kind of slips as it like stands up, and as it lifts, it just kind of whoop, right back down into the pile.
I go, that's too bad, and I like kind of tap her on her shoulder, and it's like one of those pats, and I'm like, I want to hear the machine kind of shit. A little bit.
She's actually stands a little sturdier than you were expecting.
Oh. See you, Ozzy.
So Arcadia, would you like to go again?
Yeah.
All right. So roll that dex for me.
12.
12. All right. Okay. Roll your percentile.
Awesome.
Uh,
This is one
44.
of my big-
44. And then which are we going for this time?
Yeah, no, this is
I
the worst
was
kind of
This is
game.
not a game
trying
for me.
to get the clearing, so it'd either be the Jason or dinosaur,
Okay,
whichever one
you
was
guys good
easier.
luck.
Okay. So at this point, it would probably be the dinosaur.
Okay.
And this time you get him around like the haunch and the tail. So you kind of got like his leg and his tail in kind of like a pincer, but it doesn't like it's not a good hold. He just kind of whoop, slips right back out of it. Dover.
Okay. What are we trying for this time?
As this is happening, I want to kind of slide over toward the other two,
Dinosaurs.
toward Radigan.
Or Radabas?
Radigan.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try for the
Nothing,
Triceratops.
You're just taking yourself out of the initiative.
Because I gave my turn to Ozzy. I said, Ozzy,
Yeah.
you want my turn?
Okay.
Ozzy
So
gets to
Ozzy's
do
just
that.
gonna take over for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, that's cool.
One turn. I'm going to go for the Triceratops.
Okay.
Dexterity. Is that where I start?
Yep. Dex.
Oh, old Tetsuma, you say.
15.
15. All right.
That is
23.
All right. So as you reach in, it kind of fishes around, kind of glances off of the side of Jace, and you get it around kind of the big fan head of the Triceratops. So two of the hooks are kind of behind that, and the other one is kind of under its chin,
Snoop.
under its snoot, and it pulls up, and again things start to shift again, but this time it doesn't like make it out of the pile. The whole thing kind of just slips as it like half emerges itself out. Another perception.
If I get another 20.
What's the Loxodon word for curses?
Perception.
I don't know. It's a
17.
lot of nasal
17?
sounds.
Not a 20.
Not a
Nasal
20.
sounds.
You think you can see, like, kind of more of the neck. That's pretty much, you see a little bit more of the neck of the thing. He's kind of like weirdly wedged in there, whatever this whatever this thing is.
Whatever the shiny red and blue.
Whatever the shiny red and blue thing is.
It's got wing and I want it.
Yep.
Awesome.
Ozzy. Yep. So this time she kind of like she's trying to aim for the Mizzix, but it's like in such a weird spot that she can't quite get to it. And this time she gets like on a Golgari symbol. And the way this one is, it's like, because it's got like the 4 legs coming off of it, it kind of grabs around one of the legs and like doesn't quite get all of it, and just like as it raises up, it just whoop, slips out. Arcadia.
Alright, so how's it looking now in there?
Jumbled. Like somebody went in there earlier in the day and like put everything in all nice and, you know, reset the machine, made sure everything looked really nice and presentable, and the 3 of you have just fucked the whole thing up. It is a mess. It looks like a toddler's playroom on the inside of this machine now.
I meant for ease and ability.
So for ease and ability to like get something out, the T-Rex is still on top. Jace is kind of like next to him. Mizzix is underneath. The lion is kind of towards the back. There's the various guild symbols, and then your little red
Thing.
your red thing is kind of still at the bottom.
Alright. I'm gonna go for the T-Rex again.
Sure.
6.
Okay. Number beast.
84.
84. So the T-Rex, you get his foot this time. Slips out. It's a tough crane game.
Yeah, I'm just looking with how it's jumbled. Has anything slid towards the...
Nothing's really slid towards it. Everything is pretty much under, like it's under the level of the chute. Like the is it person that built this crane game made it so that it's not going to be so easy to just like dump things over the side. So
Yeah,
like if you're going to get something, you got to get a grip on it. You got to get a grip on it. Gotta get that claw. That claw. It's over.
Okay, what are we going for this time? Gonna go for Jace.
You go for Jace? Alright.
And then Dex.
Yep, Dex.
19.
Ooh, very good.
And then percentile. 20.
20.
Mm-hmm.
So, this time you get around Jace, and something just clicks, and you get around the massive, cartoonishly large head of the Jace doll, and it pulls him up. As it pulls him up, the T-Rex kind of falls over the side, back into the pile. But Jace is kind of firmly up, and he gets over and drops down, and you have yourself a Jace.
Oh my gosh!
You got yourself a
sounds
little-
of
little
happiness
Jace
from this
doll
tusk,
about yay
this
big.
trunk.
You have the guild pack. We're done.
I have found Jace. And look where you go, my friend.
Oh.
Isn't this wonderful?
Thank you.
Gratitude. See, you are already learning.
It's
Yeah.
funny because I already had like a lock swear, like curse word gesture, like in my mind, ready to say it, and then I got Jason's like,
Humiliation!
did not account for this potentiality.
Uh,
Ozzy.
Ozzy gets very close now that the Mizzix is exposed. She gets very close. She gets it kind of around the torso of Mizzix, which kind of cradles the spider underneath and pulls it up, but it just kind of falls back out. Like, she gets really close. Like, it's super close, but not quite. Arcadia.
Alright, so how much of my beast is...
It's still pretty obscured. Pulling Jace out really didn't.
And I just meant it wasn't recovered by...
Yeah, it wasn't recovered by the T-Rex.
Alright, but so would working on the Triceratops probably...
It would probably help the case of discovering what is underneath.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the Triceratops.
Sure. 3.
I can't do dex to save my life, but perceiving shit.
I mean, hey, roll those percentiles.
96.
Well, as luck would have it, you get the same grip that Dobrin did on the Triceratops, except this time the hook doesn't catch him in the chin, it catches along the other side of the fin. So he's caught threefold in that fin, and it pulls up and pulls up and pulls up, and everything kind of just emerges with it. Yeah, he kind of like pulls itself up, and as it pulls up, the head of this thing that you've been trying to get gets free, and you can see that it has large fins along the side of its head, kind of in like a crown almost, that they start red, but they terminate in kind of this royal blue along the outside. And you realize that this is a plushie of your guild leader, Niv. But as you pull it up and the claw brings over, it deposits the Triceratops into the prize bin.
Here you go, Dobrin.
I thank you.
The Triceratops is black, right? I know who that is.
Triceracop.
Because I
It's a
know
Triceratops
you had
and
attempted
a
to
cop.
retrieve it
He
before.
took some off from the
If I can request, we're trying to get the red and blue.
Ah, yes, I will keep trying my luck. on this.
All right, go for it.
Okay, whoa.
Hey, I thought I'd make this fun.
It was a 9.
9, okay. 4 cents.
56.
56. So, as the claw descends, you try to get at Niv Mizzet doll, but you kind of glance off of it and actually hit a Boros fist. And you kind of grab it around the wrist portion, and it like brings it up, but then it kind of just like slips out of, like as it's horizontal, it just kind of whoop, out of the side. Doesn't have a good enough grip around it.
I flagged down one of the waiters.
Huh?
I flagged down one of the waiters.
Yes.
Humor me. Those, how much are those little plushy things?
They are.
Super inexpensive, right? Cheap, plastically made, crappily made, right? Not very good quality.
I mean, there are of a decent quality.
Do you have a store box of any of?
Of questions that don't get asked very often.
Yeah, right. do, but that's to refill the machine. They're not-
I understand the principle. I just want to see how long my friends are gonna try to kill themselves when they could just ask for one that they want.
In the middle of this conversation, you hear the other Loxodon just shout, "Thur!" And his like trunk just does a weird like downward
Trying.
level
Like-
of frustration.
I tap him or her on the shoulder. Thank you. This has been all too much fun. And I'm just watching them just get so worked up over this. It's
Sure.
just really fun for me.
Yeah. And then Miss Ozzy.
We could intimidate this dude and just get what we want. Just
Ozzy unfortunately doesn't get anything this round.
Ozzy,
Poor
it's
Ozzy.
okay. Like pat her on the shoulder. This guy's just awful friendly.
She just. Yep. Okay. Okay, Arcadia, your turn.
Okay. You know who I'm going for.
Yep. 4.
Can't roll that in delay. 4.
This one you get pretty close to. You actually reach down and you kind of get around the barrel of the chest of Niv and you bring him up, and again it kind of forces this upheaval of plushies again. And he still too stuck in there to fully come out. The claw just kind of zoop as you kind of like pull on him. What you think is keeping him in there is maybe a leg is still wedged, or the other wing is still stuck underneath something in there that's trying to pull up. Dobrin.
Try this again. Take this machine.
There's one thing Celestia.
8 again.
One thing Celestia has taught us is patience.
Very, very focused now. 59.
59? Not quite. So, gets in there, and you actually get the head of the lion as you're reaching in, and the lion kind of does the same kind of sit up, fall back over kind of thing, not on top of really anything in particular, or anything that you're trying to get out of the machine, but it, just kind of repositions the lion plushie.
At the end of that, Dobrin puts his like hand on the side of the machine, closes his eyes, and says the Loxodon word for thank you. Just for allowing him to try to get what he wants from it.
Right. Miss Ozzy is gonna try again, and this time she gets it in, and she's trying because she really wants that Mizzix. She gets it in there, and it comes down and gets around that same grip that it had before, kind of around the sides of the goblin and underneath the spider. And as it pulls up, she actually has probably the best grip that she could have on this thing. She pulls it up and it swings over, and something weird happens. There is a tag on the back of the Mizzix doll, and that is entangled with the tag of the lion doll. And as it pulls over and drops the Mizzix in, the lion falls through at the same time.
Combo!
Good for her.
How fortuitous.
Yeah. So she has through the forces of a natural 20 has pulled 2 plushies.
Any distinctful reaction of the 2 elder statesmen of our group, Inca and Radavas, This has been going on.
They're enjoying that
It's
the,
just-
the four of you are enjoying yourselves. Like they're pleased that.
So there's not any deeper conversation.
No, they're just kind of just watching.
One's like, oh, good to see the kid again. I was glad to see her be a kid.
Yeah, pretty much. They're both very pleased that you are, not so much in a, not in a combat sense as a team, but still acting as a team to figure this machine out. Arcadia, do you still want to go for Niv? Right?
We'll be here all
Right.
night until we like get the entire machine.
Alright, so
Go get a nib, bring it to me,
3.
and I will pay you.
3?
I wonder how much it would cost to do that.
34.
Bribe them or intimidate them.
Okay.
That'd be I would try to intimidate them.
This time, as it reaches
Only
in,
time I have a +3.
you get the wing of Niv, and as it pulls up, because of Ozzy's grabbing of the 2 other plushies, there's a lot less pressure on the Niv plush, and as it pulls up, it's not enough to get Niv totally out of the machine, but it's enough to get him
To the top.
more towards the top. So now you have this Niv Mizzet plush kind of laid out across the top of the game.
I'm going to get that and animate it.
You know your daughter's a little intense, right?
She has that effect, yes.
By I mean, when I say a little intense, I'm just trying to be polite, right?
Right.
Okay, just we're on the same page.
Yeah.
You're a good dude.
Jury's still out on you, but
Thank you.
I understand.
Me too, brother. Me too. I tap him on the shoulder. What's his reaction?
Just like the. Okay.
This is all a social experiment for me.
Yeah, right? So that would bring, it would be Dobrin, your turn. If you would
Dobrin
wish to
is-
continue to play.
Dobrun is going to attempt to intimidate the red winged creature in the crane game.
Okay. Sure.
Can I roll for that?
Yeah, you can roll.
We're playing Dungeons & Dragons.
You can do
Oh,
whatever.
what a terrible roll. 7.
You thanked it. You shouldn't have thanked it if you're gonna intimidate it.
I
Thank
thanked
you.
the machine for allowing me to try to capture its contents. I'm
The-
intimidating the creature inside.
The plushie's black beaded eye just stares at you blankly. As if to say, nice try.
Sucker.
This has only served to further motivate Dobrun into capturing it.
Sure.
Is it a 10?
Mhm.
It is a 10.
Okay.
And then
Yep.
89. Wait, what is that? Yeah, 89. I
So
can sit down.
you get an unfortunate grip on it around the tail, and it just slip. Like it's not anything. You
It's
just
almost as if it's holding on.
like yeah. You would think that this little plushie is just.
We didn't hear comic book panel words saying, "Not this time, sucker."
Ozzy is feeling rather jazzed about her last try. She actually, because of her fortuitous grab on the last
Her
one,
twofer.
her twofer, she will gain advantage on this one.
Ooh.
She's feeling saucy.
And it's not enough.
Oh.
She doesn't get really anything, just kind of glances and kind of like grabs at nothing. Yeah, just rolls and just doesn't grab at anything. Arcadia.
16!
16, alright. Let's see what you got. Seriously?
Yeah, 00 and a 2.
Alright. The grip you get this time is kind of like square on its back. Yep. But then as it lifts, it just doesn't
Clinch.
it just doesn't clinch and just This is fun. I'm having fun. You're having fun.
I'm gonna try to slip slowly to where the storage area of these plushes are.
We all have very different strategies.
Yes, we do.
Stealth,
Okay.
please, sir.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
You're like,
Okay.
just gonna get this goddamn dragon for this kid.
Yeah. All right. Stealth. That's something I totally know about. That'll be a 5.
Yeah, no,
I don't want to go into the room. I just want to try to get to where I can, away from them, but where I can talk to one of the people.
I mean, you were just talking to somebody.
I know, but I didn't want to do it in front of my advocate. I'm trying to not show like
Try
I'm
to be
big.
tough, not.
Yeah. All right. So I didn't stealth very good.
Yeah, no, you didn't stop
They
very
know where I'm
good.
going.
And kind of just clears her throat at you and just side eyes you.
I just go like this. I just go,
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
hey you.
Yes, sir.
Could you please get a new visit for my friend so we don't have to be here all night? Please.
That's against policy, sir. I can't do that.
I would like to grab my great axe, put it in front of me and say, please.
I will get my manager.
Two gold come out and put it in her grasp. And I say, thank you for your trouble.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you for your trouble. And I walk away.
Be the Karen you know you can be.
Oh, I'm trying to get you a plushie.
All right.
That happened.
Huh?
I said it happened. I'm down to 8 gold.
That actually happened.
So, Dobrin, did you want to go again?
Yeah, we'll try again.
Okay.
What did interference?
My die was there first.
Yeah, your die should not have been there. That was a 1.
A 1.
Should I bother with percentile?
Yeah, you can roll your percentile. I'll still roll mine.
Break the machine.
Yeah, like 67.
67. You managed to get the Rakdos mask. It just pulls up, brings it over. As it's bringing it over, like you think you're almost gonna get it, and it just falls out, and it hits the edge of the chute and just falls to the side. Like, so close. Miss Ozzy is trying for her friend, and gets herself a natural 20.
I wasted 2 gold.
Yeah, you did. She gets that trunk piece, that nice around the chest grab that you had gotten earlier, and just lifts up this dragon that kind of seems to kind of bend as it lifts. So it's just kind of like it's sitting on top flat, and then as it comes up, it just kind of bends. Just because
Like
it's
a
so
cat.
just because it's so long, and it brings it over and just nicely deposits it right in the prize chute. She pulls it out. She, Miss.
Yay! I'm gonna animate you and you're gonna terrorize the goblins in the tower.
Dobrin felt quite a bit of vicarious joy, and then that phrase came out, and then Dobrin felt very uneasy about the joy.
I look over and like, oh, I wasted 2 gold.
Well, then you must be more mindful.
I was trying to be mindful of our time. We don't need to be caught. You don't need to be caught out.
Why do you worry about me so much?
Because you are not a warrior of our clan. You were there more of a, what's the word I look for? You're there to make sure us hotheads don't get in trouble. But in a fight, I worry.
Do you doubt my power, John?
No. All I'm saying is you're old. And I don't want you to die. That's all I'm saying. I've seen one mother figure of mine die once. Do I need to see another? No, that's all I'm saying. Okay. Can I walk away? Not like, I'm just like,
How do you expect to get back to the clan?
I'm not left that room. I'm just left
No, yeah, you haven't left the room, but you have walking away from her. She's like, how do you expect to get back without my guidance?
Getting a beer. Chill out. You're always right. You just hear mumbling for the past 5 minutes just over there, just by himself.
Are there, let me roll a perception.
Sure.
You hear that word he made, what was it?
With the curse
curse?
word?
Mhm.
Book.
Duke.
With
You
like
hear
a,
that like,
and if you want to be really
you hear it
intense,
repeated like 4 times in different fluctuations.
if you want to intensify that duke, you do a little trunk.
I got it. I got it.
Extra loud.
A small
Perfect.
trumpet, yes.
Yeah, a little trumpet. Anyway, looking for like young beings in the late night Birkins.
Late night Birkins.
17.
17. There are a few younger folk, probably around the age of like Arcadia. And
You see her just like,
Is there
not like little children, but
do any of them look like they'd particularly enjoy my black
Triceratops.
triceratops?
I'd hope there's not young kids.
And Birkins.
Like what?
I might slightly question the choices of their parents, but I understand the relativity of different
Yeah,
cultures, so I don't say too much about it.
you try to find a young person that you would think would have the naivete to
Actually, Dobrin just like walks over to the dining area and announces, "Excuse me, would anyone like this wonderful black triceratops I just won at my cohort just won in this crane game that is out here? Did you know that this is out here? Anybody?"
There is you hear from the back, there is a kind of a little bit of like a yelp, and you see this kind of skinny looking, shorter wood elf, kind of almost like nerdy looking. He's not wearing any guild color, so he's not necessarily guild affiliated. He's like, I would like this Triceratops, please.
You see, without any word, I've thrown Jace Barellerin at him. I will take my dexterity. Okay, 7 to throw the Jace Barellerin at this thing.
It doesn't go very far.
Oh.
You probably get you get it to like the
This
edge.
is not
of
my
the-
day.
You get it to the edge of the dining area,
It could be a strength check.
and that's where you get it.
Well, actually,
That
sir, I would like that one
sounds
too.
nice.
Well, if you're offering.
But he like, I'll have the Triceratops.
Yes, friend. Enjoy.
Oh, beaches.
And know that insert name of my god loves you.
The
Mont
tree.
Celestia.
That's Lesnia.
I'm not sure what that means, but Thanks.
This time as the manager walked up.
The manager at this point, yes, has come up to you.
Is he bringing a nib visit?
No, he is not
I
bringing you a
am
nib
mad about that. I want to hear what he says.
Sir, I understand you were intimidating one of my employees.
You mean I tipped them 2 gold and asked for them to do something? They said no, and I said okay, thank you, and walked away. By that, do you mean intimidation?
You threatened her with your axe.
I said thank you.
It is a very common misconception. Our word for thank you sounds a lot like
Aggressive?
a bit of an aggressive word in other languages.
You. Did I not pay you and say thanks?
You gave me 2 gold to shut me up.
To shut you up? How dare you! I take my 2 gold back.
The manager just. I think it's best if you leave, sir.
Oh, fine. I finish mine, and I don't even like put it on. I just drop it. I just pump it.
And Enka just.
And I'm grabbing my bag of succulents. Don't you think I forgot? Don't you think I forgot about that?
Yeah, no, you already have that. Well,
Oh, I already have
yeah,
that.
Yeah, you already have that. Yeah.
I'll get my 2 gold back. It happened. She didn't make it a dexterity check. She didn't make a
She's not a
dexterity
kung
check.
fu master, Jesus.
Hey, she's got to be quick on the streets.
Deborah looks up at Radavas and says, I think we should go now. And then profusely apologizes to them.
Don't apologize.
Radavas just nods. Yes, I think it would be best if we.
Arcadia's clutching her nib and is like, well, I guess I can't come back to this Birkins. Thanks.
Why not?
Manager's like,
Manager just gives
Simple
you like this.
misunderstanding. Time will heal any wounds. Let's go.
Yeah, and then you all kind of leave with your.
You said this was a big plastered green sign on it?
It's a large.
How
green-
tall?
Huh?
How tall up?
Really?
I just want to know.
It's about it hangs above the door.
How tall up?
Well, mind you, you have to be able to get like giants and Goliaths through this door.
Okay, so we're thinking 13 feet?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Because it's a set of double doors that have the giant and Goliath sized doors, but they're like the Dutch doors where like you can get in from like the doors have hinges inside the doors, so smaller folk can get in without opening giant 13 fucking foot.
No,
doors.
I was the first one out.
Yeah.
I'm
You go out a normal person size
Yeah,
door.
no, I slowly take my axe and I'm just marking a little carving on the outside of the door. Nothing. Just a little, just like a little symbol.
Okay.
Do I need to make a performance check?
No, but you will need to make sleight of hand.
Okay. Oh, that's so cruel. 2.
2?
Yeah.
Well, Enka sees this, and she like pushes your axe as you're trying to etch this thing into the door.
That's fine.
And she's just
It was gonna be on the frame, but it's fine.
well,
Yeah. Okay.
whatever you're etching this thing into, she just kind of pushes it and just no.
Dobrin
I was
sees
going to
that
mark
and
that
suddenly
place.
just like stops dead in his tracks and then like quickly without saying anything tries to hurry back through the doors and run back to where we ate and then comes back with like a handful of weapons that were like
Oh shit! I forgot my stuff.
so involved into the kind of game.
yeah, we
I didn't even break that damn crane. I could have very well done that.
All right. Well, at this point, you all exit the Birkins. It is not quite time for curfew, but it's getting close.
I must apologize for my hasteness. I was trying to get one of those nib-mizzets without actually winning it from the crane, which they got
That's
offended
not
by.
the point.
You wanted the plushie.
he simply wanted to make you happy.
But the point of it is the triumph of battle against the crane.
I see no glory in the battle between the machine. No, you want to hear a good battle? I go on a 5-minute tangent outside of this bar about a good
Like-
battle.
Enka just kind of like puts her hand like around the back of your neck.
I have
or,
a
like,
really thick neck.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's got really
And
big
she's a
hands.
Minotaur,
She's a Minotaur. She has really big hands. She kind of gets you around the back, and we need to get back.
Alright, what's to discuss?
The Boros patrols will start, so we need to get back.
We'll finish much with the Lord. You missed the best part. Next time.
And
next time.
she'll guide you back towards the Groll encampments. And then Ozzy's like, it's getting late.
And Meredith's might be making his patrol.
Yeah. We should probably get back. We got work to do anyways.
I know, we took off the night. Alright, so totally animating this, right?
I mean, if you can find a capsule that will something that's not gonna burn it to death,
Oh no, I was thinking the other one.
maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. And then the two of you head.
Well, I reach out, Dad, give Mom the letter, tell her I love her. I love her. Kyle's over a big hug.
Yeah. And she'll give you a hug back. Just don't get into too much trouble. Make sure not to let anyone find out.
If I never write it in the letter, Mom will never know, so no one else will know. Done.
Alright. Ozzy's good. She'll keep you on the level. And then Radavas will come back to Dobrin. We should be getting back to the conclave as well.
Dobrin nods his head.
Alright. Then the two of you head back towards the Selesnya Guild Hall as well.
My crane fighting mates know it was nice to. It was a pleasure working with them.
And Radavas will just kind of a parting thing. You'll be notified by your advocate when we need you. I'm sure the Wood Elf knows as much as well.
You just hear off quarter mile. You mean that dumbass?
And that is where we will break for tonight. We will come back in, I would say, about 5 minutes. Take a short break, use the facilities one more time, refresh our drinks one last time. We'll come back for table talk. Stick around.
Woo!
Woo! Yay! Hi, we're back.
Episode 3. Table talk.
And these are all the people that were here before.
We're still here.
Yeah, tabletop time though. So, that was fun.
It was fun.
All you fans in the chat, get your counters ready. Number 1 of Guntar gets the party kicked out of a location. Number 1!
Yeah,
it's gonna
right.
happen
Jesus.
more than once. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
You can't bring a bull into a china shop.
No, clearly. I mean,
Yeah, or
it's
an
fitting
elephant.
because what a male elephant is called a bull.
Yeah.
I suppose MVP.
The crane.
The crane.
Obviously. I was thinking the crane.
Yeah, it's the crane.
It's the grain. It did, yeah.
There's a Tetsumak. There was a God, what's the other one?
Niv,
No,
Miz.
there was Niv Mizzet. There was Tetsumak. There was Mizzix. What other plushies were in there?
Jace.
Jace. God, what's the big dinosaur?
the-
Zakama.
Yeah, Zakama.
Primal Calamity.
Yep.
Some Ixalan references for those out there
Yep.
that are
Thought I'd toss those in there.
MTG aficionados. I was not geeking at all. You didn't know this?
Yeah.
Didn't-
No, I
didn't
threw
know.
those in there for you. I'm like, what
He
can I,
would know.
What can I throw in here?
He would know.
I
He
thought
likes-
about throwing Soren in there, but I thought that he would probably get
Yeah.
get
Now, if you would have said there was a Ugin in there, I would have been.
Yeah, when I said there wasn't any dragons, I wanted there to be one dragon,
Mhm,
and I didn't know which dragon I was gonna have it be until
You thought about it.
I thought about it.
Mhm.
Like, it was gonna be Ugin, it was gonna be Nico Bolas, or it was gonna be Niv.
I also like the idea of Ixalan is kind of, it's known, but it's not at the same time. It's kind of like an enigma that multiple planeswalkers have been, but because of what happens on Ixalan, that it's kind of a lot of mythos. So I like the idea that that myth has made its way to Ravnica.
Yeah.
That it kind of adds more to the element that we're not just
Well, and they're not.
we're not just on a plane. We're in a multiverse.
Yeah, well, and Ravnica is very much a hub.
Yeah.
Like,
yes.
a lot of the planeswalkers make their way to Ravnica eventually.
Well, if you notice in the new set, two of the new planeswalkers are not native to. Two of the new guild leaders are not native Ravnicans. They're planeswalkers who have planeswalked to Ravnica.
Yeah.
The
Vraska.
Azorius. No, Vraska's native too.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. She's been native there, but Dovin Bond of the Azorius and Kaya of the Orzhov in the new set are both planeswalk to Ravnica from Kaladesh and the Conspiracy multiverse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. No, I didn't play any Conspiracy. I know Ash did. I know you played a little. You played like 1 or 2 Conspiracy drafts.
Yeah.
That'd be something fun to do maybe
Yeah.
one day.
I mean, I'm really a fan of the series.
The series.
The series
That's
is really my thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because squirrels.
If I had to go anywhere, man, it'd be Theros. Theros block.
Theros would be fun.
Try to give me some.
I mean, I don't want to give too much away, but there are plans to go places.
Ooh, plan our bridges.
How you get there remains to be seen.
I don't know.
Prismatic wall.
I can't. Play
Maybe a prismatic wall.
Rainbow Bridge.
Maybe there's something down there in the Dragon's Maze that we don't know of.
There might be something in the Dragon's Maze.
I tell you, one good explosion.
Yeah, that is, we are working with gravitational inversion here.
Yep.
So.
I mean, there are all sorts
There
of
are-
different. There's all sorts of different. Be like. Laboratories within there could be something that's planar research. You never know.
Yeah. I just thought, Guntar needs to get rid of that because now he has evidence of his duties. He has a plush on him, but he's not.
No, you threw that.
You threw the Jason.
I picked it back up.
You did pick it back up? Okay.
I wrote it. I wrote it back down. I'm not. I didn't pick it up. Oh, we'll see on the thing. We'll see on the sheet.
Yeah.
We'll see on the sheet next week if I erased it or
Yeah,
not.
we'll see. We got some cues here from
Ooh,
chat.
there's actual questions.
We have actual questions this week.
That
guys.
feels good. I like it.
From Lindy Cat, I want to know what symbol Guntar was going to etch into the door frame.
Oh, what symbol I was going to? I was going to actually probably put this symbol, which is kind of mark it. That kind of lets them know that's the burning tree of the Burning Tree clan, and it's kind of just like the overall symbol of the Gruul. And it was just kind of marking it to kind of let them know that
You wanna
there would
pass
be
it to
risk.
subject?
Oh yeah, for
Well,
sure.
he showed it on there, but
But
we
this
can
is
kind of
good.
like it's the actual Gruul clan or Gruul guild symbol that they use.
So I was just kind of letting them know that the place was going to be marked.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a way of the Gruul to threaten. Let's go.
This
threaten,
Perkins,
yeah.
wipe it off the map.
Yeah, threaten. It was. He's chaotic. This is
Raise
what
it to the ground.
Yes, yeah, he's chaotic. So that's.
Did
what
not
we're
get the
trying to
plushie that I demanded.
do. I asked twice.
I asked nicely.
Twice.
From Barry Tang, wants to know, they didn't have their notifications on for the stream. What did they miss? So this is only episode 3. You haven't missed a whole lot, which is great. The first episode, we kind of jumped right into the game with the team already being together. A inmate from the Sawtooth prison had escaped in transit to to the maximum security prison Udzek. While in transit, he was his transport and guards were shrouded in some kind of fog, and when the fog lifted, the prisoner was gone. And then our heroes started to start their investigation into that. The last game we had, which was 3 weeks ago, God,
Freaking weather.
friggin' weather. Hate
Climate
it.
change.
Yeah. We did a little bit more world building. We went back about a month, which is where we were for this game today, talking about the Dragons Council, meeting the advocates for each of our characters. Ozzy from Izzet, Enka from the Groll, and Radavas from Selesnya. The only one we didn't talk about today was Davian, and he is from... Huh?
He's a cop.
He's a cop.
We went to bed early.
Yeah.
Way
he,
before we went to Birkins.
he is
They're gonna ask me
Boros,
about
and
Birkins.
is
I can't
the
wait. It's
advocate
gonna be
for Varys, our Wood Elf Ranger friend.
Friend's a strong word.
Friends is strong.
Friend's a strong word. He wasn't there for the crane.
Yeah, he wasn't there for the crane. He doesn't get points for the crane. So yeah, that's where we caught up to for tonight.
You guys love the tavern episode.
Yeah.
Like tavern episodes are always good, especially when you're missing someone.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Granted, it's better when you have everybody here, but it's always good to get to know your players or your characters a little bit more through a little exposito.
I'm actually pretty bummed that, you know, he wasn't here today for the crane game, because
I
I do
think
feel
he
like
would've
that was
enjoyed it.
pretty
I
solidifying.
think
Yeah.
For our core,
for
like, right here,
character
it's like...
development.
Yeah. Another question from Lindy Cat. So Ravnica would be the Magic the Gathering equivalent to Sigil. Kind of.
Fill me in what Sickle is.
So Sigil is in the D&D Planarverse.
Okay.
You know, there's still a multiverse, just like in Magic. There's a
Okay.
multiverse
Yeah,
in
yeah,
D&D
yeah.
with different planes. You know, you have
Mhm.
all these different planes. Sigil is kind of the hub station
Okay.
for all these planes, mainly inhabited by fiends and things like that. Fiends and Celestials is the main, but it's a large city on kind of a disc world.
Oh.
So it's flat, has a large spire, and that is like the hub section for the prime material in D&D. Yeah, so it's kind of like Ravnica. Ravnica is more, as Jeremy Crawford has expounded on in the last couple of weeks, it may not be planet encompassing,
Mhm.
but it is a plane. So whether the planes are on one ball remains to be kind of hashed out.
Interesting.
Yeah, the way Jeremy Crawford explained it, like the way that Ravnica has always been presented is it's like a Coruscant type
It's a-
world
it's a
where it's just
world of
a
something.
world city.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the way Jeremy Crawford says it, he's like, well, maybe it might not be the whole of the planet.
Well, that makes sense. In Ixalan, I know I keep going back to Ixalan.
No, I mean
love
it's
that.
one of the more recent sets, but yeah.
In Ixalan, the explored world is called Ixalan,
Mhm.
but it doesn't show half of like where the Dusk Legion comes from, where the vampires come from. So
Yeah.
it doesn't show where their home is
Right.
that's on the world. So like we haven't explored
Yeah.
the full. So that
It
makes kind of
also
sense.
makes sense from like just a standard D&D sense where, you know, if you make a not specific enough wish, you might end up in straight up another freaking plane somehow that
Bench
technically
press
could be outside of the world you were already
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
I know I ended up in midnight for a really, unfortunately long part of the other campaign I'm in.
Yeah.
We tried desperately to leave midnight, but we just kept staying in there being miserable.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. In one of the games that I'm in, we've made a couple trips to the Hells, so that's been interesting.
Fun.
Yeah, we did like a whole Dante's one whole game. It was a 12-hour game, and it was like a whole Dante's Inferno thing. Like it was.
You know, objectively that sounds really interesting and maybe kind of fun. It
Having,
also sounds terrible just from like a playing
having
standpoint.
read
It got really long
the
just
Divine
because there was a
Comedy,
lot of
it
players.
sounds terrible.
Because this is like a big game where there's, there can be up to 30 people playing, and it's,
If you never read the Divine Comedy, read it. It's good.
yeah.
Classic.
It is.
Yeah. Hey Bert, did we lose stream?
No, he's just.
Okay, we're still good?
Yeah.
All right.
He's locked.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no, I would have loved to see how the cop would have reacted to us
To the
getting kicked out.
Oh yeah.
That's funny.
I'll see my own friend out, thank you.
Yeah.
Take my
I think it
notes.
would have been a little, you might have been a little bit more, had a little bit more leniency had you been here, but
Probably.
that's what makes it a little bit
I'm
more.
mad that that Vidalkin thought I, Guntar, the Lone Tusk Horde, would have tried to intimidate her.
I mean, you come in.
Tusk,
looking-
Tusk.
It was really unfortunate I rolled so low in my intimidation, although I wasn't trying to
Yeah.
intimidate
Oh, I was-
a non-sentient object.
I was definitely going
That's like one of
to
my
sneak
highest
into
like
there.
buffs is intimidation. So it's like no.
It's not sentient. You can't intimidate a rock.
Yes, we can.
It's got a spine.
It's kind of like having a bard to be inspired by, but instead you roll a successful intimidation, and you suddenly feel really good about how you're about to do.
Hey, I know a thing or two about successful inspirations. Like the character I play in that game, he is what I like to call an agrobard, a barbarian.
There he is.
And one of his things, because he's a human, he gets just a free feat, and he has the inspiring leadership.
That's
So
a
he
good
gives
feat.
his charisma modifier,
And health. It's great.
or he gives his level plus charisma modifier.
That's
I
what it
think
is.
is what the rule is.
Yep.
You give your level plus charisma.
That's a good feat.
In
That's a good
temporary
feat for
hit
paladins,
points.
by the way. Really good feat for
Yeah.
paladins.
No.
And you have to like spend 10 minutes giving an inspiring speech. Well, being a bard, that's
I know that's
crazy.
so funny.
It's like it's just a
though.
bard thing. It's like, oh yeah, you're all inspired.
So I was going to play that same feat in it's where I had a character who was very Dobrin-esque, but would just go on long tangents about old defunct gods from 3.5e that aren't around anymore. So
What's the name of that feat?
Inspiring leadership.
Yeah.
It is in PHB. Let me actually pull it up. I can give you a page number.
Hey,
Cool.
big number. Oh, if you're also wanting to know more about like Ravnican lore in general or Magic the Gathering lore, there's on YouTube there's a channel Aether Hub does very good Vorthos little segments that kind of fill some of the gap if you're looking to know more.
Ash, give me your PHB.
So
That'll be
check that out.
I'm like, why am I searching through this? I have a book that's tabbed out. Well, no, I have all the feats right here.
There it is.
Feats. Inspiring leadership lives on page. Inspiring leader requires a charisma of 13 or higher. On page 167. You can spend 10 minutes inspiring your companions, shoring up their resolve to fight. When you do so, choose up to 6 friendly creatures, which can include yourself, within 30 feet of you, who can see or hear you or can understand you.
Each creature can gain temporary hit points equal to your level plus your charisma modifier. A creature can't gain temporary hit points from this feat again until he has finished a long or short rest. Or until they're, well, yeah, not again until the long or short rest. So if you lose them, then you can't gain that advantage. But also if you take that long or short rest, you lose that advantage again. So,
But it's like, you do it, you come out of a long rest, you give your thing, you go to a battle, you go to your short rest, you get out, you go through the cave, you give you another speech. I mean, it's kind of like
yeah, it's a cyclical thing, which is really nice.
So, that's
Yeah,
pretty cool.
it's really helpful, especially in, you know, right now we're level 7 in that game, so I'm giving out, I think I'm giving out 9.
Yeah.
I'm giving out 9 points, not quite to +3 on my charisma.
Gotta get there, boss.
I know, right?
Gotta get there.
Gotta get that. Gotta get that boom boom boom.
One last thing about this game, I keep saying I wish it would have ended up at the Goblin Bar. I don't think we would have get kicked out, and I think we would have started a mob war.
Yeah.
Only a minor one.
So
I mean,
that would have been fun.
yeah, there was definitely something that could have happened if people hadn't made certain rolls that they did. But you ended up at Birkins.
We ended up at Birkins.
You don't go to Birkins. You end up.
No. That's Danny's.
Oh, that's Danny's.
Danny's.
You don't go to Danny's. You end up at Danny's.
Last thing, were there mozzarella sticks and crazy shit on the wall?
No.
No,
So
that's
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 not
that,
shenanigans?
that
It's not shenanigans?
no. That's cookie crazy fun time.
Cookie crazy fun time.
I said
I
this
swear
off
to God,
camera
I will
earlier.
pistol with the next person that says shenanigans.
Whoa. On that note, I said it earlier, but I was this close to ordering a Beppis.
Yeah. So
And I was like, that
refresh.
is too far.
So refresh.
Yeah, much refresh.
Much refresh. So, with that, I think that's our show for the night.
Hey.
Unless you guys have anything else. No?
I think we're good.
All right. Just a few programming notes. We will be back here next Tuesday, 7 p.m. on this channel.
All
throughout
four of us.
All 4 of us.
Well, 5 if you count the DM, but.
Yeah, all 5.
No, all
5.
4 of.
Well, all 4 of us.
We will get our friend back,
He's
and
an
he
enigma.
will.
We need to go on a rescue mission to get our
Yeah.
other player back.
He will hopefully be able to join us next week. I stream here on Twitch as well under the handle Didact Gaming. You can find me under the same handle at Didact Gaming on the Tweetzors. You can follow the show on Twitter. We have a Twitter now for the show! Yay!
Hashtag.
Bulette T.
Twitter,
At
Bulette.
Bulette T. So BULETTE, capital T, and that will get you to our Twitter. So follow that.
Bulette tea.
Yeah.
I can't do that. My pinky.
So that's going to be all that there.
See,
Uh,
puffy.
We are going to be doing some more streaming through Rivet City. I believe there is an auto host that hosts whoever is live from the rest of our crew. I'm getting a nod from Tritus that is the case there. So Masked Gamer over the weekends, me during the week, and a couple of our other friendos doing that too. Check out our other shows on the Rivet City page. Neighborhood Gaming has a new episode coming up soon. Did we just have one come out this week?
Trailer came out for this week, and the next episode is coming out. It's Tuesday, Thursday.
2
New
days.
episode on Thursday, so 2 days from now.
And we
If
just
you're
had-
watching this in the future, it is already out.
It's on YouTube.
Probably.
Find it.
Yeah, Neighborhood Gaming,
Zomboy.
Zomboy and Dinner.
Zomboy and Dinner they have episode 2 is out. When's episode 3?
Friday.
Friday is episode 3 for them as well. So hey, we got all sorts of new shit coming
Programming
out.
coming
One
out.
more.
One more.
So, I can put this in chat too, but Rivet City Mixology just
Rivet City
shot
Mixology.
3 new episodes over the weekend,
There you go.
and
They worked very hard.
I survived.
You
Hey,
survived. You're here.
congratulations.
You're alive.
Thanks.
Happy about that.
I put all of the
Get this guy a puppers.
all of the different alcohol in my body.
Yeah.
So that's the liver is.
That was the conversation in there.
Get this guy a puppers.
What?
There's a puppers.
There's a
somewhere.
puppers? So we are going to be airing another episode of Mixology and starting that as a weekly series starting next week.
Yeah.
Sweet. So yeah, Mixology, Rivet City Mixology is coming back.
Okay, programming.
And finally, more shorts. We
More
got
shorts.
A lot.
Yes, more shorts.
We got a lot of ideas over the last probably a couple of months, and we're finally at a point that we could really gear up and do it. One of them is a zombie support group.
That sounds
pretty great.
awesome. Mystery Box, I assume, is
Yes.
making its return.
Yes, we've been talking about Fear the Mystery Box for a couple of months, and I feel like we got a good enough idea for a script, and this place is really good for that. And if you did not vote for the poll in the remaster of Apartment Ops versus Focus Energy, which I was super surprised, by the way, that Apartment Ops got more votes than Focus
I know.
Energy.
I was kind of pissed because I voted for Focus Energy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was super shocked by that. We're gonna shoot another Apartment Ops for sure. Here.
Sweet. So you get to see more of the studio space, which would be cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's all I have. We got approved for Anime Detour. Rivet City will be at Anime Detour coming up in April.
March.
March.
Next
March.
month.
March.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's next month already. Shit. So yeah, March Anime Detour at the Hyatt downtown Minneapolis. We will be having our party room, the Rivet City Tavern, with all sorts of food and drink. We will also be hosting our very in-demand spicy fan fiction panel. It is something to behold. Yeah, no, it is.
Tears have been wept.
Tears have been shed over this show.
Tears
I
of joy.
unfortunately was not able to attend last year's panel, but I have heard many good things about it. And then we're also in talks to bring the show back maybe to TootyCon at the end of the summer. So we're gonna bring Spicy Fan Fiction back for its second run at TootyCon.
And the
And
tavern.
hey, and the tavern's gonna be there. And you know what else might be there? We might be there. We might have a live show, our first live show. So yeah, subscribe to all the subscribable things. Come hang out with us, and we will see you next week. I am Barton. That is Ash. That is Thor. That is
Dudes are-
Amanda. That is a dead man.
Invisible Man. Not dead.
Have
Hopefully.
a week.